So let's start. Yep. My name is Alex from Celenium PK Labs /backendbed, and thank you for coming for workshop on how to work with Selenium, how to interact with Celestia directly from Selenium, and how to verify how your applications are working on top of Celestia. You know, like basically all networks, all chains, they need Explorer for, first of all, to add transparency to how they perform and to validate that everything goes like as expected. And as we all know, Celestia is focused on data availability and consensus as a consensus layer for rollups, and one of the main entities on this chain, it is blobs, and we at Selenium decided to have built a block explorer for Celestia, by which you can track any data flow on Celestia, track how your application, how your rollup performs. And so let me give you some demo on how you can do it with Selenium. So this is our dashboard. You may have seen it on our booth, and it shows in real time all transactions that happened on Celestia. But as I mentioned, like one of the main entities, it is blob, and let's start like with the main action that you perform on Celestia, you posting blobs. We'll do it on Arabic network, it is DevNet, and for example, I would like to post some binary data on Celestia, and let me do a real time example of posting this nice notebook. Yep. So I have scanned this thing here, and but as we might notice, it's pretty big in size. It's like almost 1 megabyte, and on Celestia there's like a limit for block size. It's 1.8 megabytes. So we'll initially do it a little bit smaller, so it will cost us smaller amount of money. So let's do zips and make it a little bit less in size. So now it's 5.2 kilobytes, and you might see that now it's smaller, yeah. And okay, not here, yeah. And through Selenium you can post blobs directly by connecting your wallet and using submit blob function. Here you should select namespace, and all blobs are associated with specific namespace. It was designed to make so you could search your blobs faster and to identify where in which block your blob is located. So let's put a namespace like current date in reverse order and add some data to it. We click continue. Oh, it's like, yeah, when you do it in the full screen mode, it looks a little bit stitchy. Yeah, so now we're submitting blob. Yeah, now it's successfully submitted, and we can see transaction that for this submission. You can see this is the page of transaction. You can see all messages that were related with this transaction, all events. You can see also like this event in raw format. It's like it's easier to debug data and look at it in JSON format. And at the bottom of this page, you can see blobs table. With this particular transaction, you can notice that there is only one blob. This is our blob that we have posted. And in Selenium, we have also added feature to preview all known MIME types that you have posted in the blob. So let's look at it. Yeah, and now you can see that this picture of this node is on chain. And you can also open like a dedicated page for blob with this beautiful hex viewer. You can you can select, and you don't have to open your hex viewer anymore to validate what exactly was posted on blob. Right now it's like more for fun and to maybe track some specific like headers in the blobs. Maybe you want to analyze what kind of compression different blobs utilizing, and also you can use different character sets. It may be helpful if your rollup utilize some specific compression algorithm, and so it will be more readable for you to track what exactly is going on. And also you can see blob metadata. You can download all blobs, and again you can see the image that was posted. And more than that, in Selenium we use a specific way of storing all blobs. So it's much more cheaper, it's much more efficient for search than to get this data from real node. And you don't have to run full node to access this data. And so by using our API, you can receive all historical data, all historical blobs, and no matter what happened with, like, you know, burning and other stuff. So that was the submission of blob, and let's also see how this blob is located in block. We can go to the block page, and we can see that there were two transactions with pay for blobs message. And by clicking in the top right corner, ODS, you can see original data square. So by this view, you can see how exactly bytes were located in block. And it might be useful if you're a core developer, and if you're thinking of how you can optimize your data submission, how you can optimize your algorithms, because like as we know, like Celestia uses it extends share commitment to the size that will be equal to the power of 2. And in that case, if you'll post, for example, like 17 kilobytes, then you'll need to pay for 32 kilobytes. And so by using that tool, you can visually see where you can do better, where you can perform better. And you can cover and see in which exactly namespace was utilized by specific part of block. Also, here's system namespaces like pay for blob and tail padding. This is zeros. Yep. Okay, and more than that, you can go through different blocks, and more fun is to analyze how. Let's go like this. Yep. More fun it will be to see how exactly blocks are utilized on mainnet, because there's a lot of more data. And here we see that also all of these namespaces, there's also huge amount part of block is utilized by transactions. And from here you can go to any specific namespace that you would like to to inspect by clicking on that particular namespace. In Celestia, as I have already mentioned, all blobs are published with the relation to a specific namespace, and you can track any namespace on Selenium. You can track all namespaces on the namespaces page, and if you want to track which namespace is right now is most popular, is like maybe it is not still known namespace, but you can see that the amount of data is growing in this particular namespace. So to do this, you can see like the sizes in this list, or you can open tree map view and see all namespaces in tree map with the ability to select top 5, top 15, top 30 namespaces. And as you can see, this namespace is like the number 1 from data point of view. You can go here and see that this namespace, it is now, like in Selenium, we know that this namespace is utilized by rollup orderly. We'll get back to orderly in a couple of minutes. But as you can see, this namespace doesn't have a name. And for example, you want to track this namespace. You want to return to it in a couple of days, or maybe there is like specific transaction that you want to save and like to share it with the. For example, you can track transaction that delegate tier and return to it and save it somewhere. So on Selenium we have that feature of bookmarking any entity that you see, like the basic entities, not all entity. It's like not a great use case, and you can add name, like for example orderly namespace. We can save it, and now you can see that in UI you will see everywhere where you see previously the hash or ID of namespace. Now you will be able to see the alias that you have just created. Also, you would be able to see the list of all bookmarks that you have already saved. And let's go to namespace list now. Yep. Now you can see that namespace ID is everywhere. It is like the original ID, but orderly namespace is replaced with its alias. And so by that you can do like even more, add even more transparency to how you read data on Selenium. Okay, and I know that there are also a lot of validators, and you can use to track your stats, to track your performance on Celestia by using validators page. You can also compare yourself with other validators, and if you're interested in specific validator, in performance of specific validator, for example, let's go to Kepler validator page, and on this page you can see like all basic information about this validator. You can see all delegations that were performed by for this validator, and you can see all proposed blocks that related to this validator, and statistics about when he was like jailed, and were there any problems with his performance. Also, you can see the validator uptime. Right now you can see that was his adding signature per block successful for each block. And as you can see, the Kepler is performing very well. After viewing all these details, I might came up with the idea to delegate some tier tokens to this validator. So again, I can connect my wallet, and I can click delegate button on the top right corner of this page. So, and I'm gonna delegate some amount of tokens the transaction is sending. Yep, delegation was successful. We can see this transaction. Yep, the type of message is delegate, and you can see that everything works as it should be. Great. Also, you can track blocks, all transactions, but it's like more like specific atomic details of Selenium. You as a developer or like analytics maybe might be more interested in looking at blobs graph. By this widget, you can see all blobs that were posted on specific date. You can see it is like a GitHub-like widget, and by clicking each block, it is like 1 day of a week, and you can click it like for today, for example, and you will see all transactions filtered by the type of message. By this link, you will the transactions will be filtered by type of message pay for blobs, and you can add specific date range on which you want to track and work with which transactions you would like to. So this is like basic instruments, but if you're a roll-up developer, how exactly you're gonna use Selenium? For example, we have just submitted blob, but we have used like Kepler and Selenium feature. But if you're a roll-up developer, you need to do it like with some kind of program, like a rollup or rollkit or any other framework. And let's see how you can do it with a simple demo script. So if you're a rollup developer, to post data, you'll need to run a light node or a full node. It is like it depends on your context and your purposes. And to start a light node, we'll work with Arabica. You need to install and compile Celestia node. I did it like previously. And for the start, you're gonna init node and choose Arabica. Yep, it's good. Now you're gonna start node. I'm gonna use one of the comments before, yeah, because like here you should select the RPC for full consensus node, and this is validator 1 celestiaarabica11.com, and I'm choosing Arabica as a network. Let's go. Good. Almost good. Yep. Now everything works great. Our light node has started, and after that you need to get the authorization token. You can do it by running command Celestia light auth admin and also selecting the network that we would like to operate. And here's our, oh no. Okay. Yeah, here's our token. And after that, you're gonna add some kind of logic. Like imagine that you're a roll-up developer. You have like this whole code that executes the contracts, implements the virtual machine, and you have the part that submits blobs to Celestia. In that case, you'll have something like, this is a simple script in Python, where I have already pasted like the auth token, commitment of our block, and namespace in which we will post our data. we read the block from like prepared file with some bunch of binary data, and after that we specify URL for light node and prepare the header and request for our light node. In this request, we specify the namespace, data, it is our block, share version, it is like the constant 0, and will remain, and commitment of this blob. After that, we will display everything and send request post with the post method to this URL with this data. Okay, let's do it. Oh, great. Also, we have specified the gas limit that we is 0.1 with our request. Great. We have the result, and we see that our blob was posted in this block with the ID 1461755. Now let's go to Selenium, but on Arabica network. And also on Selenium we have Command Center, and almost everything in our UI you can do with only utilizing your keyboard. You can call it by clicking Command K. And let's open block 1461755. Yeah, internet connection today is pretty lazy. Yeah.
Close the door.
Yeah. Okay. Yesterday it was much more faster. Yeah, it's like more people maybe. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Let's.
Can you try refreshing?
I think it's still. Yeah, let's go. Yep. Now it's great. Thank you. Yeah, it's like physical world. Yeah, like always. Sometimes create problems with blob transmission. Yeah. Okay, and we see that this block, we can see that this is our blob. That's where exactly it is posted in this block, and we can see our blob. But imagine that if you're running a rollup, and even if you have some kind of optimizations when you post blocks only when there were some kind of interactions on the network, and you have like transactions to include in block, but still you will almostly post something to Celestia continuously. And let's update this script a little bit to make it look more like a real rollup. Import time, and let's add, for example, we have a block time equal 10 seconds for a block with our rollup, and while one will do some kind of infinite loop. We'll do posting blob into this loop and add some sleeping. Time sleep. and block time. Cool. Now we can run our rollup, part of our rollup with that will publish sequence of blocks into Celestia. Here we go. We can see that in block 1461778 we 61778 there was new blob. Yeah, here we see it. Great. Yep, now it's new block, and you can go to this block and check it whether this block was posted or not. But it's really uncomfortable. Yeah, you should always track these commitments. You should always track the block, the height where it was posted, and in that case, if you want to have like all your blocks, all your blobs in one like place and see like stats on how you perform, on how much fees have you paid, we have introduced the rollups page. And on Arabica there is only one rollup registered. It is like a rollup for this workshop. It is called MS3 workshop. And on this page you can see all blobs that were published to this specific rollup. You can identify rollup only by the namespace and by the account that posts the data. And as you can see, the last 24 hours is we see pretty aggressive like a race of activity of this rollup. You can see it for the last 7 days and last 31 days, but like this rollup was like registered a couple days before. And you can also export all data or register new rollup if you have developed new rollup on Celestia. So it's like simple Google Doc page. So, and I believe that's it. Regarding rollups, regarding like basic interaction with Celestia, through Selenium. Also, you can track such things as gas tracker, like price for gas, like Hitman for gas. You can track also if you will run your rollup on and utilize Ethereum, Arbitrum 1 or base network as a settlement layer. You can also track all data on Blobstream dedicated page, but it's like it's the question of next demo. Yeah. So that's basically it. Do you have any questions about how Selenium works and how to interact with Celestia through Selenium?
I have a question. Who are main Selenium users?
Pardon?
Who are main Selenium users?
Who are main Selenium users? Good question. It's like right now, Selenium. First of all, Selenium is a development oriented. Firstly, and most of the time we have requests from analytics, from developers who build rollups, from rollup as a service providers, and they are like they have really great insights on how like rollup performs and what exactly rollup developers need, and also there is a lot of guys who want to track their accounts, who want to track how what exactly going on with tier transfers, with delegation, and we also noticed that there were a lot of requests from validators about like how we can do our validators page better, and so like firstly we were focused on developer experience, and now we like cover all other fields of how you can utilize Selenium to make it like even more insightful from the like general Cosmos side of view. Yeah.
Thank you.
Do you have,
Yeah, go on.
do you have like an indexer that kind of converts all of these things from the actual block to the corresponding block space, block namespaces and stuff? Do you have like a separate indexer that is kind of indexing all these things and you're exposing by any phase?
Yeah, the question is about like how we index.
Yeah,
all
so
the
basically
index.
all this information should be present in probably a full node or light node, right? So from that, how do you convert it into this one? Do you like have an indexer which, and then you have it as a separate DB and then expose by an API, or like?
Yep. We have like we have several components. Like first of all, it is indexer that basically track all things that's going on through a consensus node. We have also worked with we had integration with the data availability layer node, DAL node, but after some trips and tricks, we could manage ourselves to decrease eliminate this dependency with getting all information from consensus node. And beside indexer, we have of course, a database that where we store all information. But still, we do not store blobs in database. It doesn't make sense, yeah. And so we store database with also tips, some tricky way to make it more cheap, more fast, and so we can search for blobs. And if, for example, if you're a rollup developer and you'll need your blobs, it will require you a lot more work to do if you'll do it through Celestia node. But if you use our API, then it will be much more faster and easier, and you'll have to, you won't need to store some additional information on your side. It's you'll need only one thing to do it, like your rollup name, yeah, and without any commitment and other crypto stuff, so it will be much more easier. Of course, yeah, we have API, and it's different services for different networks, and front end, of course. Yeah, it's the basic components. Yeah. Yeah. Any more questions? I think we have talked with everyone before, so it's maybe I have already told everything, yeah, near the booth.
We made a private demo for everyone.
Yeah, it was. Thank you.